obviously tough game last night. You know, we kind of got bludgeoned a little bit there last night, and that was the big thing I wanted to see from this group. Is it's really the first time it's happened all year. Is we talked about it a little bit in here last night. Is how we would respond to that. You know, was it gonna make us tight? Was it gonna kind of knock us off our game, or what was it gonna do? And you know, they come out in the first, and it's like bang bang, second, third, nobody out. And the big man to my left or to my right just settled it down, you know. And we're looking in that position to just minimize innings, and he did even more than that. Was able to hang a 0, which was huge. But the thing I was most impressed with, I thought he just sent his stuff. That's what we talked about. Like, that's a really good lineup. This is one of the best lineups in college baseball. And when you get in trouble with those guys, when you kind of nibble around them and do this, and they're talented, they got their solo homers tonight. But the difference in tonight and last night is less freebies, and we were able to get in a situation where that solo homer didn't beat us. And so really proud of the effort of our kids tonight. But like I told them out there, you know, we want this program to be one where you don't win on Saturday night against Tennessee and celebrate like it's the World Series. You want that to happen. This group needs to expect stuff like that to happen when people come into the Joe. And I thought the crowd was unbelievable tonight, especially, you know, it's spring break, and that crowd was rocking tonight, which was awesome. So good night tonight. Now it's going to be a quick turnaround. Obviously, you know, 2 night games are great, but now it's a quick turnaround to Sunday, and we got to come out and we're going to get a big punch tomorrow. That's a talented, emotional group in that other dugout, and they're going to come out swinging early, and we got to weather the storm and swing back, and it's going to be a heck of a game tomorrow night.
Greg, how's it set the tone for a game when that lineup hangs 11 last night, comes out, gets the first 2 on tonight, and then, like Coach said, you settled it from there? Just what was going through your mind, and how do you think that kind of impacted things going forward?
Going out there, I mean, first thing is not, second and third, no, this is what you want when you start a game, right? But I think in that moment right there, just trying to minimize the inning. I wasn't expecting to throw up a 0 or anything, maybe just 1 run, but I think throwing up a 0 there, bases loaded, nobody out, whatever. I think you get out of that just brings the whole momentum to that dugout, our dugout, and they just ran with it.
Yeah, Greg, Justin, Coach just talked about it a little bit from the crowd standpoint. From a player's perspective, how did the crowd kind of impact y'all's game tonight?
Well, yeah, no, definitely. It was rocking, that's for sure, and it was just a thrilling experience to just as a freshman to see. And I think it really helped us with momentum shifts, and that was a big part.
I think it was great. I mean, hearing Dixieland delayed there in the 8th definitely got the boys going a little bit. But I don't know, it was exciting. Never really played in front of a crowd like that, even last year in the ACC. It's different here, man. I love it.
Coach, you during the offseason, you kind of talked about the 3 pillars that you wanted to bring to this program, and it looks like this team has kind of shown those. What have you seen from this team, how they have used those pillars, and what does it mean to you to kind of see the progress so early on so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, anytime you come in, and every coach, every program in the country has stuff they talk about, and I think sometimes it resonates with the players, sometimes it's just kind of eyewash that you throw into recruiting and different things, and I think these kids live that, and I think that's a big piece of the recruiting that our assistants did. You know, nobody works harder than Pat, Mo, and JJ. I mean, those guys, when they're going out recruiting and preparing, it's not just bringing talent in. Like, obviously, Braun, we were fortunate enough, JJ knew him, but I'm fortunate enough to get to coach him every day, even though I didn't recruit him. But we've known this guy for a long time. We tried to get him at Maryland and didn't work, but we're able to coach him the second time around, and that's what we really looked for in there. And so, you know, we're far from a finished product, and I think that's the beauty of this. Like, I don't think you look up across college baseball, man, it seems like that team in Tennessee, like, they started the SEC scuffling last year and ended up in Omaha. It's about playing the right baseball at the right time, and we've got to keep growing with those 3 pillars in mind. The talent's there. It's, can we be tough enough to take a punch? Can we respond when things don't go our well? Can we own the things we got to get better at? And can we kind of have that passion and perseverance for where this group wants to go? And these kids live that. And I don't think it's eyewash to them. I think it's real. I think they believe it, and I think they live it every day. And you got a glimpse of that tonight, but we've got to keep growing in those areas too. But I was proud of the effort our kids gave tonight.
Justin, you had a good day at the plate after some struggles in the midweek, but also some veteran plays with the glove. What's going through your mind in those moments?
For me on the field, I was just looking to get 1 out at a time. Didn't want to make it too big or make the moment too big or too small. So for there, I was just looking for 1 out. And during the plate, I think I kind of changed my approach a little bit from last night, trying to pull the balls too much. So today I was just looking to just hit something hard, just see it get through.
Greg, just how challenging is that lineup? You went 5 1/3. You did get to see them some. What did you make of them?
It's a great lineup. I mean, I was told after the game they lead the league the country in homers. And I mean, I think they just have an approach. Like, nobody in that lineup's an easy out. I think they had to make me work a little bit, which I love that.
Coach, you said you needed Greg to be Greg. What's your assessment now after the game?
No, it's exactly, and not to diminish what he did tonight, but that's what we expect out of him, you know, and I've seen it, and I see the work he puts in with JJ and those guys, and I think at times when you see a lineup like that and it's talented, there's no hiding that, it's a good lineup. I think sometimes you can start to nibble, you can start to not maybe trust your stuff as much, and we talk about competing a lot. Everybody talks about competing, but I say it all the time. Competing to us is believing what you have is good enough. Whatever it is that day, believing your stuff is good enough. And to do that, you've got to go send it at them, you know? And if you're going to go down in a ball of fire, go down with your stuff, being you, not because you're trying to get cute or do something special. I thought Greg did that, and fortunately for us and for him, it went really well. But I think that's what you have to do. I think that lineup is so deep, and like you said, there's not an easy out in it that they bully some people around, and that's why they're good. You know, I think our lineup's bullied some people around at times this year. But the best of the best aren't afraid, and they trust their stuff and trust their preparation and just send it. I think Greg did that tonight.
Coach, 6 runs in the first 3 innings, only 1 hit at the 4th, and then no hits the rest of the way. What was working offensively the first 3 innings, and what wasn't working later in the game?
Drew Beam. Pretty simple. Like, that guy's, it's like MLB The Show. It's any pitch and any count, whatever you want. Like, it's good. You know, we kind of ran him off his heater a little bit, and so we started using the cutter more, and that cutter was good. That cutter was really good tonight. And, you know, he just did a good job, and that's why he is who he is. I think over the course of college baseball, Garrett Wood was standing next to me in the dugout, who obviously saw him at Ole Miss the last couple of years, and it's what he had said. He's like, that's just who he is. Like, you look up and you think you have him on the ropes, and all of a sudden you look up and it's the 9th inning, and he's still pitching. Like, he's efficient. He pounds his own. I think we did a good job just competing early. You know, Gage set the tone with a leadoff double, then TJ single. Ian gets a job done. I thought we left one out there in the first. We should have probably scored another one, but we left one out there. But then the 2 out hits in the second are huge, you know, and we talked about that. Those are backbreakers and those are game winners. And I would like to see us continue going. And we hit a few balls hard. You know, Hodo really juiced that ball there in the 8th, and just a heavy air tonight, especially as it got later and later, just some heavy air. But that guy's just tough, man. He can throw any pitch in any count. He pounds the strike zone. I thought we made him work tonight, but that's why I think that settled in. And we talk, you got to you never know when that big play, when that big at bat's coming, and those big at bats for us came early. And like I said, I wish we could have extended it a little bit, maybe got another arm in the game, but we didn't. And so, but it was enough. It was enough. I thought we were good, but I thought Drew Beam's one of the best pitchers in college baseball, and he showed that tonight too.
Justin, I could obviously sit here and rattle off all the dudes Tennessee's trotted out on the mound over the last couple of years, however many years, and he's obviously one of them. What did you see from Drew tonight?
I think one of the biggest things that helped me tonight was just seeing his fastball out of his hand. I think once he started throwing off-speed pitches to me and I was able to pick that up, I think that was a big thing that helped. So that was it.
Coach, Hagan Banks is set to start tomorrow. I know last outing he was on a pitch count. Is that going to be the same tomorrow, or have y'all decided yet?
Yeah, we'll inch it up a little more than it was last week, but it'll still be on a pitch count. We're not going to be able to just go take the reins off and let him run. You know, I think he was up to 30-something pitches last week. He's a veteran. He started SEC games, and we're just trusting him to go give us what he's got tomorrow. If it's an inning, it's an inning. If it's 2, it's 2. If it's 3, it's 3. He will be on a pitch count. He's not going to go out there and give us 5 or 6 innings tomorrow. But whatever he's got, Hagan Banks empties the tank for this crew. I can tell you that he's gonna give us every ounce of what he has tomorrow afternoon. So, but it will be kind of a pitch count type situation for him early.
How important was it to get 80 in that game tonight?
It was huge. I mean, Tyler Fay was outstanding. My goodness, that guy came in, it was 94, 95, was sinking, a good slider, and was really good. And we were just trying to bridge the gap a little bit, you know, from Greg to a little bit of a different look. You got a lefty with some ride, and you can bring a righty with some sink. Knowing that once Tyler got through that first inning, we knew it was kind of AD territory, and Tyler was elite that next inning, so we just kind of let him run, and we were kind of going to see what we could get from him and get a little greedy with it, but just however many he could get was going to shorten what AD had to get. But we just knew, like, with the game on the line, you want to get your guy in the game. And that dude's closed SEC games. He's been in big spots, and he was outstanding.
Anything else? Coach, you talked some last week about keeping the energy level up with the team. What exactly do you do to keep the energy level up, especially on a night like tonight? You're down 1-0 in the series. The offense was struggling after the third inning, didn't get any more hits after that. How do you keep the energy level maintained?
Yeah, I mean, I think we talk about this is not football. This is not the rattle the cages, scream and yell. And I think at times it's hard. You have a rocking crowd. You go lead off double, you score in the first, and there's so much energy gets expended sometimes that it's like I love that because that's college athletics, and that's what's just different from us in professional baseball. And there's so many kids out there that are in such a rush to start their pro careers, and I get it. There's a ton of money in professional baseball. There is, I get it. But you can't watch that game tonight and be like, man, I don't think I want to do that. Like, I think I'm going to miss that. I'm going to go play in front of 15 people in Arizona instead. Like, college baseball is the best. College baseball in this league is the absolute best of the best because you get the energy, you get the crowd, you get all that. But I think that's one thing that's a great point. Like, I think there's times we do expend a lot of energy early, and it's just hard to keep that maintained. What I tell our guys, though, energy to me is not like the screaming and yelling. It's just our focus and our attention to detail. That's what energy is. And I thought we did that tonight. The scoreboard didn't show. We didn't get a ton of hits afterwards. I never thought there was one piece. I didn't think we gave away one at bat tonight. Like, I thought the at bats were tough. We didn't get a lot of hits after, and that's because Drew Beam's very good. But I thought their energy was great. I thought their at bats were good. We just didn't kind of get anything going there. But I think that's what makes college baseball the best of the best. And it's a game, what is it? It's early March, and it's a chilly Saturday evening, and you got 6,000 people in there, and that place rocking. That's why you come play college baseball right there.
All good.